Monday night, chilling out. If you guys saw the short that went up earlier today, we were talking about this magazine right here that we're going to be going over. So check it out right there. Before we get started, I want to just make sure that audio, everything is working well here. So I'm gonna just double check on my end real quick. All right, cool. So we are doing another magazine preview. Last week we went over Scale Lowrider magazine, volume 2, number 1. This one right up here, as you can see, it's volume 2, number 2. The year is 2013, so we're taking it back right there. This is the custom lowrider model car magazine, Scale Lowrider, local style. And there you have a beautiful 1964 Impala right here from Enrique Mosbos Gonzalez. Check it out right here. We got a Radical right here. Carlos Avelar, Andy Vidinha, Daniel Muller, Low Pros, and Euros Tech Tips as well. Hey, what's up, Pete? Shout outs to Scale World. What up? Thank you for tuning in. So let me set this right here so you guys can see. Let me turn on a light. I'm not sure if there's gonna be glare or not, or if this might make it a little better. But if not, I'm gonna probably turn it off, Right now it's lit up pretty nice, but we'll see as we get into it right now. I had comments and people asking, where did I get this magazine? So this magazine, I picked it up on magcloud.com. If you visit magcloud.com and just look up the name Scale Lowrider, you will be able to find volume 1 and 2 available. You can order it. They're under 13 bucks. I want to say they're not too much, but I definitely recommend picking these up. Hey, what's up, Freddie? And they are available. There's tons of other magazines in there as well. If you're into model car magazines and just having tangible things in hand that you could obviously flip through, definitely recommend this right here. Model Car 1589. What's up, man? Thank you for joining us. So let me turn off this light right here. All right, guys. So check it out. So this is a front cover page right here. Steven, what's up, man? All right. So let's open it up. So coming soon, Pieces of a Dream, custom model car show. And then right there you see this collage of beautiful models. There's Armando Flores's Local 64, his Las Vegas car. Can't remember the name, but this beautiful 63 right here as well. Check that out right there. And at the time, I mean, this was the website, ScaleLowrider.com, building imagination, one piece at a time. That's pretty dope. Right here, 2012. Is that the apparel? Damn, they have the apparel too. That's cool. Over on this side, we have the top, which was the front cover piece right there. Man, just look at that. So beautiful, man. It's a trip, the way the car looks, something that's very unique looking right there, and very radical. Suicide doors, the trunk, the hood, and even just the shape of the doors. You could just tell that these doors were glued shut and then just cut out into shape and filled in. Interesting roof right there too. So regarding the table of contents, this is what we're looking at right here, the different features, departments, and tech. And then we got this Merc right here too. That's pretty dope. Pretty nice looking Merc right there. Man, this one here though, hands down, so dope. Even though just the photographs alone, we have let's see here, 3-wheel motion. We got the rear lift, and then here's another angle of the rear lift. So this is a model that was made by Enrique Mosbos Gonzalez, Detail 64 Chevy Impala, sitting sideways. And we have this quote right here. It says, "This Impala can lay frame, lock front or rear, hit sideways, or just lay low on the table. Take your pick." That's pretty dope. And Enrique was from Houston, Texas, right here. If you guys watching this, or after the live, if you guys know who he is, I mean, I wonder if he's still building models, man. I still wonder, because this was 2013. He was doing this kind of work. I wonder what he would be doing now, you know, if if he was doing this like back then, I mean now, back then. Of course he was doing it back then. But check it out. Look at this picture right here though. That looks very realistic right there. That's so dope. Man. Check out the engine work right there, trunk setup, the undercarriage, the rear suspension, just showing everything right there. We don't really get to see these kind of shots, but you could tell he took pride wanting to show everything of what he did right there to give it that that realistic look. Man, that's so dope. And even this, very clean right there, man. I'm really digging that right there. Yeah, a lot of these shots, they were taken very well. All right, so let's see. Let's continue on, guys. So here we have another model from Carlos Avelar right here. Another radical. He was featured in Lowrider Bicycle Magazine. I got the opportunity and the privilege to interview him some years back. Thanks to Armando Flores for making that connection and making that happen right there. Check it out right there. And then, homage to, the Lowrider Bicycle Magazine. You got some little license plates right here too, as well. That's pretty cool. And let's check out the country who contributed to the issue, the editor, and all that. So we have Mr. Bugs, Renato Silva, David Pilgrim, David Irwin, Chris Diaz, Andy Vidalha, Adrian Montenegro, D.A. Garcia, Armando Avila, and Mike Royal. Dang, that's pretty cool right there. Shout outs to you guys for making this happen right here. Over here we have the artwork, ScaleRider art, Armando Avila, also from SoCal. He's been on the podcast before as well. Shout outs to him. It's been a minute. I have not seen him. Would need to get him back on to interview him. Here we have some art from Carlos Waco Olvera. Over here, Dilo Styles. And right underneath at the very bottom, we have Mike Royal. Some pretty cool art. Let me see. Let me try to shine the light on here to see if this will make it even better. Oh yeah, there we go. It did. I thought we were gonna get some glare. Actually, it looks a lot better. Yeah, man, it's always nice, seeing art right here. What's up, Armando? We're back. Check it out. Dang. Hey, Armando, I wanted to tell you, thank you. Back then you had linked me with Carlos Avalar. You made this interview happen with him. Thank you for doing that. Bam. All right, guys. So here we have the model basics. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read a section from this print. It says, here are some basics. Must have tools you should always have in your shop, no matter what kind of kits you build, from the correct knives to sandpaper. This info should give you a better perspective on standard tools, not only result in better build, but a better modeler. All modelers should have a good tools to begin with. So I hope this helps to take your skills to the next level in the hobby. And let's give credit to who did this article. This was Text and Photos by David Irwin right here. All right, guys. So I'm gonna put the photos, the images up close to the camera so you could see the layouts right here of some of the things that he took. Here we have the hobby knives right there. This looks like it says here knife to replace. Kind of hard to tell though in the picture right there. Here we have the sanding tools, the glue, and also some clamps right here. How many of you guys have clamps in your stash of tools? I have a couple, but man, I need to get these wood ones. I think those would be pretty cool to add on there. Then we got toothpicks and also Q-tips. Those come in handy right there. And we have over here the rulers right there and sandable primer. Nice. I just love looking at these little jars right here of paint. Let's see. Right there. We got some more right here. Various colors. And then over here we have these bottles right here. Meant to wash out your brushes. Let me see. I wonder if I could zoom in just a little bit to get this into focus because hopefully it's not throwing things off. All right. So here we have the lighter fluid. All right. I have many questions regarding lighter fluid because I do see a lot of Gundam, and other miniature, modelers use this. But what is it for? That's what I want to know. I want to know what is it used for. So right here, let me see if I can read this. It says, I only use this after all paint is done. Clean and brush is ready to be put up. So I wonder if it's just a cleaning tool. You know, we'll see. I mean, if you guys know, please let me know in the comments in the chat room. Let me know right there. We also got the brushes right here, cloths right here on hand, and also some more. It looks like cloths on hand to wash brushes between colors, and one to wax and polish right there. And then another cloth, the third one on hand right there. Man, that's pretty cool. It's a nice breakdown. Over here we have the alligator clips, tweezers as well. And then at the end we got some markers as well. Some Sharpies, thin point, all that good stuff. Um oh, right on, man. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, Pete. So David Irwin is known as Mr. Mini Dreams. Shout outs to him. I have spoken with him on, through Facebook, but for some reason the last name wasn't clicking right now for me. But yeah, shout outs to David, man. Let's see. So to wrap up this article, it says things to remember: model knives, sandpaper, glues, tools, rulers, primers, detail paints, rags, cleaners, brushes, clamps, and Sharpies. Right there. That's pretty dope. And then here we have this 1970 Impala. I'm assuming it's Mr. Mini Dreams model right here. That looks clean. I really love the pipes on the sides right there at the bottom. That's dope. Looks very realistic. All right. So let's continue on with the magazine. So this section right here looks pretty fun because it's old school bombas. This is by Chris Diaz, and it's just showcasing all these model kits right here that are available to this day. You can still find these at model shows, eBay, any secondary. Maybe you have a friend that has one in the stash that's willing to part ways with. You might have like 10 of these in the stash or 5 of these, and it's coming to the realization that it's like, man, I don't think I'm going to end up building these. So you want to do one? All right, I got you. I'll hook you up. And it's dope because you get to see all the artwork from different eras of time, you know. So in this article, if you're into creating, a lowrider bomb, this is a good choice right here. Hey, what's up, Slowly? What up, man? So check it out. This is the 1939 Chevy sedan delivery lowrider. This one holds a special place in my heart because this is one that I built when I was like in junior high, and it was one of the last models that I built. And I was like, in my mind, when I got a hands of this, I was just so happy because it was a lowrider edition. I was gonna have these kind of wire wheels. It came with water slide decals, and just because it said lowrider on it, I was like, oh, dope. It looks slammed, right? So it was just one of those things that I was like, this is the one, you know. I started painting it. I was like, the fenders are separate from the body, so I was like, I'm gonna do a two tone. I've never done anything like that, and this was with rattle cans, you know. So I sprayed the bottom fenders in black, and then the body it was more of a what do you call it? Like a kind of like I guess a maroon color, right? Did the decals on it and everything. But the one thing with this build is that I never primered it. I just straight up painted it. And when I would flip the model upside down, it would have the like a lot of the parts you could see that they weren't painted, you know. Oh, sorry guys, I'm all like hitting my head here on the camera. I just remembered something right here. Let me bust this out real quick. Check it out. Let me move this. Ooh, this is what. Shout outs to Jerry's right there at the color bar. Check it out right here. Look what I have. These are some of the parts to that 39. Dang. The back door and the visor, the antenna, little piece of the hinge right there. I've been holding on to this for so many years, and I still this is something I'm gonna at the end of this I'm gonna bring out the model so I can show you guys. You know, this is like before 65 Lokes, like junior high version. Shout outs to Armando. Check it out. Bam, Armando wheels right here. Yeah, you see all this stuff sits close to me right here. I take care of all this stuff right here. Here, let me put some of this stuff away. We'll get into this later. Man, this is like going into a little tangent right there, a little storytelling. So, the 1939 special one. Not too long ago, I got my hands on another one, and I have it now. And now I would like to do a 2.0 version of now. Everything I've learned, you know, get it going. Use some of Gavin's parts from Lowrider Model Car Parts, some of his wheels and all that. So anyway, we'll continue back later on that. So here we have this 37 Chevy vintage box art right here. We got this Plymouth as well, 1950 Chevy 3100 pickup as well. Any of these which you could modify, swap out the wheels, you could drop them, you know, give it a nice paint job, make it look like a nice classic bomb, something you'd see out here in Southern California. And then we got these ones right here. So I know Revell and Lowrider magazine, they did some licensing together um, to produce various kits, right? With this style of box artwork, with the blue backdrop and just the logo and everything, right? During this time, I was not building any models at that time, so I missed this wave. I wasn't building during that time. I was building more around this era when, as a kid, when this box artwork was dropping, but I missed this later. I believe I must have been probably in high school, I would say, when this was dropping, but I wasn't really doing that much stuff after that time. But this one here, I did build this as a kid, just stock though. But this was a fun one. I really love the face of the car, the eyes, the eyes, the headlights that look like eyes, how they just slant and they look like that forward look. It just looks so dope right there. This was a fun one to build because you build a cab, you build the back portion. It's all separate, and then obviously like the bottom frame. Such a nice project right there, man. Like working on all that right there. This one brings lots of memories. If I see this at a show, I'm gonna have to get my hands on this model kit. I'm gonna reach out to one of my friends to see if he might have it in his stash. But this is one I definitely want to get back. I already got my hands on this one, but this is another one I'm chasing right here. Then down here we have this 51 Chevy Bel Air convertible, another beautiful model car kit. You know, if you want to do a nice convertible bomb, slammed, laid out, another pick right here you can use. Super nice right there. And let's see what else we're going to encounter. Down here, we have the 54 Chevy panel. Check that out right there. You know, this right here, you know, obviously with these wheels and everything, it looks like more of a street machine, something that's just going to take off. But, you know, don't be afraid to create a nice lowrider or even custom of this. You just drop it down to the ground, you know, maybe make some homemade skirts and go from there. I don't think I've seen this one like on the table built as a lowrider. I don't think I've seen anybody do that one, but it would be interesting if somebody did their take on something like that. Um, let's see. Then right here we have the 1955 Chevy Cameo. These here, I remember seeing some of these, but they really didn't catch my attention so much just because of the rear. I think I was preferring more the step side. And here, let me flip back. It's pretty much, it looks like the same model. It's just that rear cab is different, and obviously like the wheels, it's more of a street version, but it's pretty much like the same kit. I mean, there's gonna be some subtle differences. It is a nice kit though. You know, don't get me wrong. It is a nice one. But the other one, you know, it holds a special place for me right there. And man, look at these right here. So this is the vintage box art. Man, I'm getting excited over here. I'm over here kicking the camera stand. So 1948 Chevrolet Aero sedan. Check it out right here. I'm not sure when these came out. You know, I didn't get to see these when I was building models. Boom, look at that. Beautiful. This one now, whoever owns this, whoever built this, if you revisit this model and you swap out these wheels and you put some of Gavin's wheels, oh my god, it's gonna drop it more. It's just gonna look more on scale. It's gonna look crazy. But other than that, though, man, beautiful model. If not, just leave it the way it is. It's so beautiful right here. This yellow just pops. The chrome, man. This guy, whoever did this, hit it out of the park right here. It's really nice. So you know, I don't know if you guys knew this, or maybe you do, but Pegasus Hobbies did acquire Galaxy. Um, you know, this is like news that was brought to us from Joe, and man, all the way from Montclair. He told us the info that they had, you know, bought them and acquired the brand. So now I'm pretty sure you guys already know, but these are all being brought back. You know, they're being printed, updated, pretty much color and the box artwork and everything. I'm gonna try to get some copies of these models into the online store, but you know they are going to be available. You know, if you visit like your local hobby shop, you should be able to find these. Mm, they should be all over eBay. They should be up in different places, but for a time they were pretty expensive. I saw them at model shows going up to like 80 to 100 bucks. You know, it was getting kind of crazy in prices. But back then, retail, when I was buying some, I'm talking about like in the last like 3 years, 4 years, or before the pandemic, you know, I was paying like at least 45 bucks, you know. But yeah, if you're out in you know, in the area here in Southern California, you know, like Armando just said, Pegasus has them. Um, I'm gonna acquire them later. I'm not like in a rush, like, oh man, you know, I gotta get these kits in or whatever. But they're beautiful, man. But yeah, Mobius, you're right. See, Mobius is another brand that Pegasus acquired, they own. And it's kind of cool. They put everything together right there. I still have some of these kits that have the Galaxy logo on them, but I know the new ones are gonna say Mobius on them. So let's see here. Let me flip to the next page right here. All right, so check it out. So this is straight MKN plates, I want to say. All right, let's see. It says how to make, yeah, plates. How to make your own custom plates for your model car or truck using internet. The internet, I'm on internet. The internet and your color printer. Dang, that's crazy. Who did this article? This is from A. Vidinha. Man, I wonder if I met you, man. I wonder. Or online. It sounds very, very familiar. But check it out. This is 2013 right here, guys. And I just really like how he says that using the internet. Man, that's cool. I don't know. It's just I don't want to say like, oh, it sounds dated or whatever, but it's just kind of cool, because it's just like paying some homage of something we were saying back then. So here we got the website. I'm just gonna skim through this real quick. He's just kind of breaking it down, and as you could see right there, we got a license plate put together. Obviously you could tell this is more like a PC he was rocking, but this is very informative. This is awesome. At the time, I mean, this is obviously what a lot of people were doing. I'm pretty sure people are still doing this to this day. I don't have a computer like that to print or even the paper, but if I did, I would be creating my own plates. See, look at that. That looks so clean right there. Props to him for sharing this information right here. But yeah, this is in this magazine, man. This is so dope. All right, the next page right here, we got replicars. Oh dang, check it out. I think my homie Javi would dig this because he has an Impala. I wonder if this is the 96 or 97, 98. All right, let's see how close we can get with these cars. These are clean, very clean cars. Those are nice. What do you guys think? Oh, what? Look at the back. Dang, he put the cage in the outer right there. That's interesting. Clean engine work right there. Oh, what? He's got the horns right there in the front. That's nice. Texas. Man, I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of features from people from Texas that are on this magazine. That's cool though. We get to see that. Oh, what? All right, we'll get into that later. Let's see. Ooh, look at this. 62 though. That's nice. Then we got a glass house with the lifted rear right there. 62. The glass house hitting through motion right here on this Monte Carlo. It reminds me of that with the Lethal Weapon car. This van right here, that's pretty nice. Ooh, that's a clean truck. That looks very, yeah, like a realistic, like what you would see. Hey, what up, George? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining us right here. And then here we go. Let's see. He's a member of Slam Crew, MCC. Slam Crew. I've heard of this crew. I believe isn't Freddie H Town Model Shop. Isn't he from that crew? If you guys know, let me know. Yo, Ryan, what's up, man? All right, you check this out right here. Oh, what? Hey, I want to see more of this stuff. This is really interesting. Turning the your trunk setups into couches right there. That's pretty neat. And then we got OG Able right here. Some artwork. The QR code. I wonder if that still works. All right, next page. Popping trunks. So this is an article by Adrian Montenegro right here. Let's see, what is he using? Basic supplies needed. Your kit of choice, hobby knife, preferably with a dull blade and sewing thread. What? Nice. Lots of patience. Look at that. Yep. Oh, so here we go. See, we're using the internet again. I mean, we still use it. Looking up some trunks, getting some inspiration, 101 scale stuff. And then let's see, let's start from the top. All right. So he's scoring the trunk right there, as you could see. And then this next step, you start to insert the string right here, as you could see, from one side to the other. And then you wrap the string around your finger. It's like if you're flossing, right? Pretty much the same thing, back and forth. And as you're doing this motion of back and forth, it's creating that friction and it starts to cut the plastic right there. and you just follow the line. Yeah, man, it does, right? I remember the first time I saw Armando do it, I was like, "What? It's not gonna do it." And then I was like, "Damn, that's clean." Yup, it's very clean right there. Let's see, it says important right here. It says, "Don't let it frustrate you, though, and don't be surprised if let me see if the thread heats from the back and forth motion of the friction and eventually breaks." Yup, that's normal. Yep, that does happen. So if you guys never tried this, try to give it a go because this will be your end result right here. It works. It definitely works right there. Try it out. Ooh, all right. So here we go. This is local style. Text by Bugs and photos by SLM staff. All right, here we go. Yes, it is what it is in all of its unfinished glory. One of the most detailed models I've that never made the show circuit. Oh, what? Man, here. I don't know if you guys could see that whole article. You guys maybe want to pause it later. Oh, what? Look, real quick right here. David Anthony Garcia, Gary Seeds, the legendary Armando Flores, Kurt Barlow. Man, these names, man, they keep popping up. That's pretty dope. All right, here we go. And there's this section right here. And then the 1970 Chevy Monte Carlo. It's an AMT. All right. Yeah, this must be an interesting article in depth. Man, this is nice. I'll leave it right here for you guys to see. I know there's going to be more pages. Here we go. This is a nice layout. I'm not going to do it, but like if there was a way to, if I had an extra magazine, it's like you would cut this out and you could put this in a frame. That's dope. So here, let's get close right here. Trunk setup right there. The interior. Even the dash. Look at the dash. How it sticks out right there. The engine. I always wondered how this is done. These squares, like the foil, or even like these little strips. Like, is this something that's already like that and you cut, or is it something that you're just cutting, right? I've always wondered that these little strips of foil, because it's almost like it's supposed to, I think, emulate like glass, like if it was little squares of like little mirrors. That's what I'm getting right there. Um, let's see here. So Mr. Bugs, Armando's commenting right now on the chat. He says Mr. Bugs was the owner and editor. Rest in peace. Oh man, so he passed away. You know, I know earlier someone had mentioned why had I think it was Steven, he had mentioned why it stopped. Or too bad they stopped the magazine, you know. I'm pretty sure it's due to that. Let's see this side. This is another angle we have not seen yet. So I think this is what he was talking about, you know, in the previous page that wasn't done. Like all this right here was not done. Look at this door though. I hope you guys find some inspiration to try something different in your future builds, whether it's this shape or a different shape, but just something outside the box right there. It's pretty interesting. And even like the rear, it looks like, you know, it was undone, but man, it looks nice. So right here it says builder Carlos Avalar, Crestline, California. Kit AMT 1970 Monte Carlo. Scale Lowrider magazine. Just this logo alone looks so dope. I really like the font and also underneath how it says magazine and how it's all spread out. Like whoever designed this, it just knocked it out. They did a great job. That looks amazing right there. That would look sick on a t-shirt, you know. But you know, rest in peace to him, you know. Mr. Biggs, man, that's crazy. He had a vision of what he, you know, and motivation and a direction of where he wanted to take this at this time, 2013. You know, that's pretty crazy. There's more of the article right here. It's a pretty big article, but if you guys want to get your hands on this magazine, like I said, magcloud.com has it. It would be nice to have this in your collection. Oh, trip out! Look at the front window. It's like some not text, but like artwork that's on there, like engraving on the windshield, on the window, the windshield. Yeah, because you can't really tell from this angle. Now I'm starting to notice that, but right here, look, it looks more right there. So it says the page of ScaleRiders await your next accomplishment. Damn. AB Model Works, what's up, man? Oh, thank you, man. Thank you for subscribing. So, all right. So we got these two. Ooh, ooh. Hold on. All right. I thought this was it. I thought like, all right, that's it. This article is done, and then, bang, we have all this right here to look at. Right? It's crazy. Look at that. That's cool. Here, let me take a sip of my coffee real quick while you guys check that out, and then I'm gonna get closer to the pages. Hey, thank you guys for joining in and participating in the chat. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'll be doing more magazines every week. So every week I'll be doing a magazine. What up, Luis? And tomorrow we'll be interviewing Jarvis Malone. We'll be doing our podcast episode. That's gonna be dope. So let's start off right here. So we have some artwork inside of the underneath the trunk there. That engraving that's in that window, the windshield in the front, suicide rear trunk. Thank you, Freddie. And then over here we have another angle of the interior. So let's see here. Check out that little box right there. Those little buttons. That's pretty neat. That was an angle I didn't see. The wheels. Hey Armando, are these those Herb Deek wheels? I think Gavin is selling some on his website. They're like the photo etch that you twist because they do look twisted on here. I know you explained to me how you had to cut those and twist them one by one with pliers and how that was like pretty crazy. And if you broke it, then that was it. Yeah, look at that engraving though, man. Dang, that is pretty nice. Here we have the undercarriage right here. Oh, look at this. That's nice. Check it out, Ryan. See no evil builds, man. I could see you doing some of this stuff to your builds right there. All this like fine detail work. That's crazy. All right, let's see this next page over here. Trying to, oh, here, sorry. Bring it down. All right, so now we're looking at the engine. Ooh, I love what was used, this material for the vents. The engine, some more engraving right there on those covers. Those are nice. See this right here, man. This material, I don't know what this is, but those little squares, I don't know if you had to cut those with the ruler or if it just came like that. But yeah, that to me it just screams like wow, like what I used to see. Oh, here we go. Let me see if I could turn it this way. See if we can make this out. Oh, this looks like a samurai dude right there. Dang. I don't know. What do you guys see? Do you guys see like some kind of samurai or am I wrong? Maybe something else. Interesting. Oh, here look at the face. Here we have the front grill on gold. The rear trunk right here. Really interesting concept, man. Like just the whole putting the whole thing together. And then here we have another angle of the engine. Man, that's nice. This is a really nice spread in detail. So this is called local style right here. All right, let's flip through the next page right here. Let's check it out. Here we have the next one, Sunny 62, text by Bugs. Man, let's see. So this is an AMT 62 Impala convertible. Daniel Muller cut a roof from a 64 Impala and mounted it on the 62 body. When it was first when I first started this build, there was no 62 hardtop kits available here in Germany. Oh, dude, this guy's all the way from Germany. So, like any verse experienced modeler, he described to make his own, and that he did. All right, so let's check this out. So this is a 62 Impala with the 64 Impala hardtop right up here. And look at that face right there, that grill. Pretty nice. Yeah, I remember when I started getting back into modeling, I used to see people using this type of like sticker or something that they would like a strip that they would cut. But this looks really nice. It blends in. It's executed really well. It has the front wheels, you know, kind of it looks like it's ready to hop. Like with especially with this door open, like you're just gonna see someone walk up and start hitting the switch and holding that door open, and this car's just gonna start hopping. But you obviously need to close the trunk or the hood and the trunk right there. All right, so let's see the bottom. Dang, look at that chrome. Man, I was like, are those chains? That's an interesting design right there, all underneath. Nice. And then some bare metal foil right there. Oh, look, there's those little squares again we were talking about. Dang, dude. It's crazy. This is so nice. The doors open. Let's look at the interior right here. We got those swivel seats right there. Here we have the engine. Nice. Oh, look at the trunk setup right there. I mean, you can't really tell, but I wonder if he put like a clear piece of plastic to make it look deep, you know, in there. I don't know, but I do like those little, looks like little glass pieces that are along the edges, even right there underneath. Oh, and even right here too. And just this material, look at this. It makes it look really like how it looks very puffy. It looks very cushy, like soft. Very interesting take on the rear. I wonder if this is just like a if it would be like a custom, like a full rear custom tail light right there. Dang, that's pretty dope. And then we have the doors. Even the doors, like the way he filled in the doors and everything right there, it definitely does make it look very realistic. And just the stance right there, the back being lifted up, that's dope. Oh, so here we have it. Check it out. Scale Lowrider magazine back issues. So this is where it all started. It looks like this one here being the premiere issue, Low Life. It looks like issue number 2, issue number 3. Then we have another Low Life issue number, I'm assuming 4. And then from here, I want to say maybe this was the evolution to this ScaleRiders Modeler magazine. And then these are the 2 issues. This is the one we're going over right now, and this is the one I did on a previous video already last week. But I've already mentioned these ones I do not have. I'm gonna try to get my hands on them for you guys. It would be awesome if I could, and if we could go over these. And then right over here on this side, we have a feature. This is rest in peace to Ryan Lofakine. Hape. I hope I pronounced that correctly. 1984 to 2011 right here. You know, this is a nice photograph of him in his element airbrushing this model right here. That's a pretty nice shot. Rest in peace to him. Let's see here, guys. Let's get to the next. Oh wait, hold on. I think I missed this part. So yeah, those are the four. Man, it's crazy. All right. So we have the Alteza. This is Antonio Holmes, Toyota Alteza. What? All right, let's get close. Man, look at that right there. Yeah, man, he passed, man. In that other that photo I was showing you right now. So let's check out the Alteza right here, man. So we have these wheels look nice, dude. Even the lips, they look machined. Is that a surfboard on top? This is a really nice, beautiful car right here. This would hold up right now. I mean, this looks like it was like built like ahead of its time. Look at that with the illest sticker right there. Man, that's dope. What the details on the interior as well. That's nice. Oh yeah, dude. Look at that surfboard. Oh, look at the roof. Wow, that's so dope. Lots of details right here. See, this is dope. It's not just the lowrider stuff and that's it. You know, it's mixing it up. This is really really cool right here. What's this right there? What are five things other than modeling where you want readers to know about you? I'm an only child. All right, right on. That's cool, man. That's a trip. So this all came out in 2013. I wonder how long it took him to create this Lexus right here, man. Put it all together. Here we have hiding hinges. Oh, this should be interesting right here because a lot of the times when we hinge models, it's always kind of challenging. You know, what are we gonna do with the hinges? Sometimes they get in the way. Sometimes it's hard to hide them. And I think this is gonna be like a different style of hinging that I don't know. Maybe we've seen, maybe we haven't. I've never done it, but let's check it out. So this is part one right here. Part two. There's three. Getting that shape right there. Check that out. Four. Look at that hinge. Man, what? Yeah, I've never done hinges like this style. And then start filling it in right there with the styrene. That's cool. Then here we have the door. Oh, there we go. I believe that's probably the model after it was done right there. I was hoping it would say the name right here of the person who did it. Wait, does it? Does it say Eric? I think it says Eric. Or Erdl. Sorry, the It says Erdl, the brand. But yeah, this is just like another way of hinging right here. That's interesting. And all right. Ooh, so we got some content footage coverage right here. SoCal Classic 2013, February 2013, Santa Clara, California. Man, Santa Clara. So this is all the way in Northern California. I wonder if this was what was the NNO West, but maybe it was called SoCal Classic. You guys let me know if you guys went to this event. Keep me posted, or maybe this is a different event that was done out there. So here we have the models, the coverage. Dang, check it out. I think I recognize this car. I believe this is Willie Ramirez's car right here. This 1970 Impala right there. Oh yeah, right here it says SoCal and then it says NNL. So it must be the NNL. back at this time. Interesting. Let's see here. Yeah, there's some cars here that look very, very familiar. Like I've seen them in person. Check out this Merc down here. Pretty wild. Yeah, there you go. It says 2013 SoCal NNL. What? Right on, man. Yeah, I was in. I didn't go to NNL till I think I don't know if it was 2017 or 2018. The first time I went. And then down here we have this article. It says we came, we saw, and then it rained. Model Mania 13. Man, let's see. Let's get closer to these photographs right here. It's a nice Merc. Oh, this panel though, that looks dope. Oh, look at that truck right there. Ice cream man truck. Caddy. Whew, look at that one right here. That's nice. And what car is that? I don't think I've ever seen this model before. That's cool. It's a nice truck right there. Then this is the there you go. The 1955, the step side, the one I was talking about earlier. See the step side, man. Then this guy got down. And he also was doing the tutorial on it with the door open. What is the Hilux right here? That's nice, man. Nice and slammed in yellow. Then we got these two right here. Not lots of caddies. Audi. Yeah, look at this one. This one's a trip. Oh man. And guess what? That's it, guys. This is that was the last page right here. So Lowrider, mono hydraulics, kits, bed lifts, spinners, wheel, and tire set speakers. Ken's fuzzy for much more since 1984. Hopping hydros. They got the last article of the mag right here. That's crazy. Shop direct. So there you have it. This was the ScaleRider Volume 2. Real quick, let me try to find this car that I was telling you guys about right now regarding the 1939, the Chevy, when we're talking about the Chevy bombs and all that stuff. Ooh, I found it. All right. Here we go. I got it in this little box right here. Oh, quick. All right. So let's go back real quick to that page. Okay. So right here, this I was talking about this model right here. I built this one in junior high. This might have been like 95, 96, around that time. And this was my take on it. All right, guys. Two-tone. This is I mean, I put it in this box like a couple years ago. But let's see. Let's bust out this little relic right here. You know, earlier I had shown you guys the parts to it. Here, let me bust the parts out real quick. Just they haven't seen each other. It's been a while. Let's see. Damn, I feel like it's like a mummy tomb. There it is, guys. Let's see if they don't fall apart. Yeah, this thing's it's dusty in some areas. Let me see. So this model, I built this in junior high. See, I still have the water slide decals on it. I still have the Lowrider magazine license plates on it. Let me see if it focuses on there. These are the license plates that you got with the magazine at that time. You know, the door, I have it right here. You know, it broke off. I still have the hinge. So I could still fix these parts right here, get the door going. But then here's where it gets funny. Look at inside. Didn't even care to even paint the walls on the inside. I mean, I don't know. I was a kid, it was more the look. Look at the wheels; they're still there. No knockoffs. It's just these are the wheels that it came with. The one piece I believe I did lose was the hood. That's gone. The face. I mean, what do I have still here? I still have one of the headlights right there that goes on right here. Still got that plate right there. And then look at the steering wheel. It's the chain steering wheel. That's so funny. Yeah, this thing. Look at that. It's loose. Maybe I'll take it apart right now. Got the little gas cap on there. But yeah, whenever I see this model, it takes me down memory lane. Yeah, this is me using, trying to go more like the stock colors, reading the manual. Watch, let me show you guys the bottom. Look at the bottom. See, I didn't even primer it. I didn't even paint it. It's still the white styrene. The frame was painted, the exhaust and all that. And at the time, I thought, oh, I'm doing something. Like I thought I was leveling up because I was using like, the colors or whatever, like going from silver to black or whatever. I don't know. I didn't really have too many friends that were building models at that time, so I almost felt like I was on my own right there. Let's see. Let's see if we could open this. That's the first time I opened this in so long. Look how dusty this thing is. Dang. Watch. Let me see something real quick. Let me set it right here for you guys. Let me see if I can get my little brush, my Tamiya brush. First time I'm gonna use it on this. Dang. Let's see if it works. Let's do one seat. Wait, it takes out some of the dust for sure. It has that chrome shifter. What? Look at that. Look at that thing. That thing looks crazy. But yeah, guys, I've been holding on to this model for so long. Yeah, I need to revisit this one. And I mean I could either leave it like this and just rebuild the other one because I did get I acquired another one. Could do that. But yeah, I every time I look at this car, I try to think like what was I thinking when I was at that age, as a kid. Like for sure I was like very concentrated on it, thinking like, oh man, this is like gonna be like one of the best models I've ever built or whatever at the time, staying home, building it and stuff. All right. And here it is to show you guys. Yeah, this is like the first time I believe I've ever shown this on the camera. But yeah, there's a lot. It's not even primered or anything. But yeah, this is one of the builds from when I was a kid right there. Let's look at the inside of this thing. Dang, look at that. Oh, look at the glue. This is for sure tester's glue also right there. And it looks like the glass is broken. I think I broke the glass. Yeah, right here. It's broken. But yeah, no primer. You could tell like right here between the lines and the paint, it's like kind of faded through inside right there. No clear coat either. This is just a straight paint. You can see some of the orange peel and yeah, just a lot of fingerprints all over this thing. But yeah, look at that. I could tell that this model, I set it on top of just something and I was just spraying it with the rattle can and then whatever overspray got like in there, and yeah, or maybe I hung it. Maybe I hung it on something like this, and I was just, but I didn't even bother to paint that. I just thought, cool, I'll close the door. Nobody's gonna see it or whatever, and no one did. Nah, stupid. No one ever did. No, I'm playing. But yeah, this is that one. So I do have that kit. I am gonna attempt to redo it again. You know, I think now we're spoiled with Gavin's Lowrider model car parts. So I'm gonna see later in the future what other parts I can get for it or whatever. But yeah, I think it would be kind of cool to do a 2.0 version of that model right there. Because yeah, man, it's a trip, man. This is one that really that was a fun build back at that time. I was just so happy that you know, I got it on my hands. Yeah, Armando, I think it's gonna be time that we maybe I'll go over there and visit you, see all those models right there, help you get those all cleaned up right there. That'd be that'd be interesting. But hey guys, this was fun. It was fun hanging out with you guys. I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Next week we will do another magazine as well. So this magazine, what up, Chad? You can go to magcloud.com and just look up the title, Scale Lowrider, and you should be able to find the magazine there. For print, there's 2 issues that are on that website. So just go to magcloud.com. So that's magcloud.com and look that up right there. Next week I'll be doing a different magazine, and let me see, guys. I'll tease you guys real quick with the magazine that I'll jump into next week, because I do have a lot of magazines that I know we could definitely get into. Lots of content. Real quick, see. So this is the one obviously we did last week right here. Same company, right? But I'm gonna show you guys. I have a stack here of all these magazines right here. Let me go back real quick. Right here. All these right here that we're gonna go through. A lot of them, but yeah. So there's all this stuff. I have NNL West magazines. I have a lot of different magazines, all model call related stuff. So I'll keep you guys posted. Tomorrow at 10 p.m. Pacific, I will be live streaming again. Like right now it's 10:30 p.m., but tomorrow at 10, I'll be interviewing Jarvis Malone, another model builder that's been in the model game for so many years in Southern California, a legend, I would say. It's going to be so interesting to interview him. First time on the podcast. But tune in tomorrow, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching. In case if you missed the beginning part of the video, it's already going to be up on our YouTube channel. All right? So you guys have a good night and a good week, and just, stay safe and keep building. All right, guys. Peace.